huge sawdust pile to play in. While they're waiting for their chance to go for a ride. Logging tournaments down here, the kids can cut and lumberjacks and a lot of things that are for resale, homemade, and you can throw a balloon at your worst friend or something. Now, it's got a... They're not breaking, they're filled with water. I don't know why they're not breaking. Last night, so all these kids have got their displays set up, have to contend with some of the mud. They're trying to put sawdust down to keep things more comfortable. This is the Shevlin, Minnesota Sawdust Days, kind of a loggers convention. What year is your Jeep?
Oh, the 22. 100 old as you are.
Same engine in there?
Yeah.
Original engine?
Same dumb thing, yeah. Yeah, old Foldoe.
I'm gonna back up. Look at this little cabin.
Yeah.
You make these cabins?
Yeah, yeah.
Get some information from me. Look at this, guys.
That was the smallest one I'll make.
Yeah, I suppose.
Straight, straight on.
Yep. Slow down, slow down. A little more.
A little more back.
Yep, a little more.
Look at this trapper's cabin. Holy smokes.
There, there, there.
What's it say? Trapper's cabin in the Rocky Mountains. By Ken Foldoe. Now what we got on this cabin here? Holy smokes, look at this little thing. It's got a thatched roof with grass on it and flowers. Got its traps. And this is, holy smokes, this is a real trap. Look at the size of that thing.
Dad? Yeah?
Some wolves hanging on the side. Flower box on the window. Interesting. Holy smokes, on the back.
I'll give you the chain.
Got his antlers in the back. He's got his snowshoes. He's got his bear. What's for sale? I don't know what's. We'll ask him. On the other side, he's got his beaver skin. Some more traps, skunk, something else. Oops. Watch where I'm walking here.
What? Huh?
Look at the slide thatch block here. All simple.
How do you do that?
Bring that big lever down. No? Well, you can do that too, but just bring that big lever down.
Look, we're going to go 1 step in the puddle.
You're too fat.
And I hook up the trailer to the Jeep. What a display.
It doesn't go down all the way. We'll help you with that later.
Got a full thatched roof with grass and flowers. This is just a model. He doesn't make them this small except for this parade.
Dad, what's our number?
Huh?
What's our number?
We'll go and get one if you want, huh?
Tell me about your cabins.
Well, this is about number 23, and the smallest cabin I've built. I built it as a playhouse. I'm going to hope to sell it today if I can.
With everything on it, you mean, the way it is?
No, no, I can't. I can't. I've got to take the moose horns off and the hides, you know.
Sure.
And like that bear trap, that for personal things, yeah. But no, otherwise, I sell it just, you know, empty cabin.
Well, just out of curiosity, what are you going to ask for your cabin?
Well, I figure get $1,000. I should think to work that. I've put in about $300-400 besides my work. But then I thought maybe I could guys want to give me some sealed bids on it, you know, and maybe guys want to, make offers. I could come down a little, I suppose.
No, you can get that for it.
Yeah, it should be worth that. It's a good. It's for little kids, you know. It's good for little kids, like 4 and 5 and 6, someplace in there. You know, it's not. See, if you go to a 6-foot door in this size cabin, it spoils the look of it. So you have to go according to the height of the door, 4-foot door, but you have to do that so that it kind of works out with the
Get
whole
the ratio the right way, yeah. How long did it take you to build it, and where'd you get the material at?
Well, I take it out of my woods. It's built out of poplar logs, and I built it this spring. And then I just put dirt on the roof and then plant grass, you know. And
Makes it
some
quite a
pansies
float.
up there. Yeah. I did that up in Alaska one day like that, and it kind of went over good, so I thought I'd try it here.
Yeah, it's the same size, you mean?
Well, I think it might have been a hair bigger. It could have been, but it was about that size. Yeah.
Well, have you built anything like cabin size?
Oh yeah, I built up in Alaska. I built them with a 3-bedroom home, and here too I've built quite a few that big enough for a 2-bedroom home. And so.
What do you use for wood in that 2-bedroom home?
What?
Pine? What do you use for wood? Pine?
Well,
Pine log?
well, yeah, it's white pine, Norway. Yeah, mostly Norway and white pine. Yeah.
Where do you get the white pine or Norway from? Northern
Well,
Minnesota?
I've been stealing them out of my woods, and I kind of want to quit it because they're getting short. Although I have bought some Norway to build with, but I'm not taking them all on my own pine trees. I got to try to buy some if I.
When you say out of your woods, how many acres you have then?
Well, I got about 100. I got 340s that I live on. I got about 160 of it fenced in, and of course these are fenced in for deer. I raised about 30, 40 deer.
Right here in Shevlin, you mean? Shevlin, Minnesota?
Yeah, well, it's a little bit, about 6 miles. I got 3 miles west and 2 3/4 south. That's where I live. Yeah.
Is this the first time you had this float in a parade?
This, that's the first time that I had it out of the schoolhouse in the reunion in Bagley a couple of weeks ago. But this is the way I wanted to do this. This was the main thing I had in mind to use it as a trapper's cabin.
Where did you get the moose antlers and the
Well,
furs?
they all come from up in Fairbanks, around in Alaska. In the back is the caribou horns.
Saw that.
And these are some moose horns that I had in the house. I just
All the snowshoes and traps and stuff you saved?
most of the stuff, yeah, I've trapped myself, and that bear in the back there, I shot that, and most of these coyotes. Most of these coyotes, they just come around here, you know.
Yeah.
Local.
Well, you kept the Jeep in pretty good shape all these years.
Oh yeah, I babied that along all the time. It's kind of handy, you know, in the woods and all over. Yeah.
If people made you an offer to buy it from you?
Well, a lot of guys like to buy it, but I just wouldn't sell it. No.
No, I can see why.
There's no
Purchase item.
guys like to have it, all right, but I just keep it for myself.
Yeah. Probably more fun than the new Jeeps.
Huh?
First name is Ken, last name is
Ken Foldoe.
Ken Foldoe. Okay, I pronounced that.
Foldoe.
Pleased to meet you, Ken. My name is
nice
David.
To meet you too. And, I hope I help make your parade worthwhile. I enjoy coming to Shevlin because they always give me some prize. I go off to Walker, Bemidji, and down to Park Rapids. Well, sometimes they give me a little of something, but these little towns, I think they were better.
What do you take with you to the parade? Is just the Jeep or this whole unit?
I'll take the whole unit, kind of, but I don't know. They don't have to look at the Jeep. They can just look at the cabin. That's good enough for me. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Ken.
Yeah, you're sure welcome. We'll see you.
The totem poles. Where'd you make it at?
I've carved over 2,000 of them, and mostly up in Alaska. And then I've taken from the original totem poles and a portion of them. Now this is just a portion of a longer, higher pole. But I just take a more favorable part of a totem pole and break it down. But they're all the ones I carved as the original poles. You know, in fact, in Bagley they got a couple, three there that I carved standing there is the JC's bought them and give it to the city.
How big was that totem pole?
Well, that was about close to 20 foot high, and then of course I told them they have to two about 6 foot, about like a bear, and the idea is the bears, they stand out on the main totem pole and they're supposed to guard the totem pole so nobody runs off with it. That's a little deal.
If somebody were to ask you to make a totem pole that height, what would it cost them if you had time to do it?
I think I charged, I asked JC's about $500, but I can't get a tall around here. I did get them, I did get up in Alaska, but I suppose a 15 footer, about a couple $100, I suppose, something like that. The smaller ones, I carved a lot of them too, and they're all the way from $20 to $30, $40.
When you say smaller,
well, all the way a couple feet high, you know, way down, you know, and 2 feet.
All right, now let's say you have what, this is about a 5-footer totem pole here?
Yeah, that's...
If somebody wanted one like that, what would it run roughly for your labor and paint?
Well, I would have to have all $75 anyway for it, you know, someplace in there. This particular one, I set it inside of my house, so I don't sell it. But if I do carve some more to sell, they'll be. They're one of the most favorable ones, although there's some others that's pretty good sellers too. But this is one of my. It's called the Salmon Woman. There's pretty good stories with all of them. Just kind of funny stories, but they're very interesting.
Well, let's say somebody came along this afternoon when you're in a parade and they put an order in for one. What kind of turnaround time? 2 weeks, a month?
Well, I suppose I would have to say maybe towards fall, because I'm kind of busy now, and in fact, I want to take my boy and my motorhome, and I want to head from Montana hunt rattlesnakes. So when you got things planned for the summer, why, you know, hard for me to turn loose on one. But maybe in the fall when winter comes, I can get started with something like that.
What are you going to do with the rattlesnakes?
Well, I want to try to mount one. I did bring back a few one time and we ate them, but I don't know if we'll do that again. But I like to have one mounted, and my boy, he's all excited about it. He's only 10 years old, and it's kind of a...
You said you ate it. Why didn't you like it?
Well, it tastes not too bad. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, it wasn't. Harry, what are you up to?
Go ahead. Come on over.
Yeah, we got better meat in the deep freeze, you know. You don't try to hunt for a rattlesnake frozen, you know, but it was interesting to try to meet. But the kids, they like the rattlers and the hide and everything like that, you know.
Thanks a lot, Ken.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Yeah.
The Norwegian bachelor farmer or Swedish bachelor farmer?
I'm Norwegian. I'm Norwegian. I'm not a firm bachelor. I've been married a few times, and but I'm single now. And where I'm going to find another woman is Thailand.
Thailand?
Yeah, that's it. I know a few buddies of mine that went, and they're pretty happy with the woman they found.
Why?
The woman stays home and cooks and sews, and she ain't all these run-around ideas like those American women. So that's where I'm going this fall. Yeah.
How are you gonna hop a jet and?
Buy a plane ticket. Round trip cost me about $1,300.
Do you have to make any advanced notices, or just?
No, I got a guy I'm gonna meet that has a home, and he's gonna kind of help me out on a few things. But they say that 5 women to 1 man there in Thailand.
So do you know where you're going to stay yet, or just going to have that friend of
this
yours?
guy, I hope to maybe stay right at this guy's place, his home. He lives in Valdez, Alaska right now, and my daughter's the one that works there, Shawnee, and she's the one who's kind of making connections for me.
What do your kids think about it?
Oh well, they don't think it's too bad an idea. They figure I should be careful though, because you know,
Yeah.
I ain't get in more trouble than I've had. But if you don't get out and you know, and find
Yeah.
someone, it ain't gonna come to your house.
It's a pretty interesting part of the world to go. What a change from Minnesota to Thailand.
It is, yeah.
Have you been reading about it?
Well, no, the main thing, well, I do a little bit on the news and stuff, but there's a guy in Cass Lake that went there. In fact, he's a couple of years older than me, retired post office guy, and his wife passed away, and he just took off for Thailand, and he got a woman, well, she had 2 kids, and then he had another one with him, and he's real happy with her.
Well, we'll have to pass that on. That's interesting news.
Yeah, I think so. I met her a few times, and a very nice lady. She's got a little girl there, was about 3-4 years old. I've never seen anything so pretty in all my life, that little girl. I thought that's a woman that's got one little girl. That's all right with me.
Oh, yeah.
So,
May I ask how old you are, Ken?
I'm 72.
72.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Still going strong.
Yeah.
I cut, you know, out in my woods and bring a load of wood into town. In fact, this wagon that's here is the one I got to get that cabin off so I can haul my wood.
Did you farm out to where you were before? Or?
No, I don't farm much. I try to cut a little hay for my deer, but other than that, I never was a real farmer. A lumberjack's what I like to be called, because that's what I did in some of my life when I was Southeastern Alaska. Back when I got out of service.
Which branch of service were you in?
Well, I was in the infantry, the 24th Division.
Okay.
And awarded a few medals, the Bronze Star, the Silver Star, the Purple Heart, and so I was a staff sergeant.
Well, where were you at?
I was in the Philippines. Most of my work fighting was in the Philippines, although I was in New Guinea and a few other islands.
Sounds like a story unto itself.
Well, yeah.
Some other time.
That'll go on forever if I start telling them stories.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, we come by and visit you sometime. We'll talk about some of those
do
things.
that. That'd be wonderful.
Thanks again, Ken.
I'm looking forward to that.
Look at the flowers on the roof. Well, take a look at the saw. Pretty big saw, isn't it? Can't imagine what would they cut with something like that.
About a little more wore out one with less compression on it.
fiber. 2 cylinders, magneto for sparks, spark plug, interesting machine. Can you swim in it? He's having a good time, isn't he?
Bye-bye. Thank you. I didn't want to get another one.
Now what's going on here?
I'll have some coffee,
Oh.
Mindy.
He's getting a picture of the horse.
Nah, you were there too.
Oh, that
I like it.
that ain't necessary.
Oh, sure it is. Let's make for a good riding horse, or the better
Yeah,
ones?
they do real good. They're a cow horse too, you know. They're an all-around horse. Pretty good for most anything.
Are they good with people?
Real good, yeah. They're pretty people-oriented, and they're used. Well, a lot of your rodeo stock is quarter horse. And, good gaming horse. About anything you want to do with them. They'll make a nice harness horse, or about anything you want.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Time with horses.
We sleigh ride. We go sleigh riding. We get a group together. We might have as high as 20 hitches. Probably all the way from 100 to 150 people. End up with a potluck supper. We have a big time.
You say 20 horses to one sleigh? I mean,
No, we have about 20 sleighs.
where do the sleighs come from?
Oh, most all of us have got sleighs. I got 4 or 5 of my own.
Can you hold the flag down a little bit? Wiping you out. 4 or 5. What are you doing? It's 40 below zero.
Well, if it's that cold, we stay in and drink coffee. But,
Who am I talking to?
John Phillips.
Pleased to meet you, John.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
And then the summertime, why we go out on covered wagon trips.
From Shevlin here?
Well, yeah, we came into Shevlin 3 years ago with a covered wagon train for the celebration.
Where'd you go with the wagon train?
Oh, we just take off and travel through the woods and most any place.
So you stay in the area, basically.
Well, we get up as high as 70 miles from home. We got our horses to use. We use them.
Good for you.
We have another big parking job coming up latter part of August.
Parking cars, you mean here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why you have the orange flag then.
Yeah.
Okay, now I understand.
And this is our club colors, so everybody knows here that what we're doing. They're supposed to respect us.
When we first got here, there were only 20 floats, so they needed some more floats. So we washed the Jeep in a hurry and threw the decals on at the local fire department here in Shevlin. Now there's 51 floats, so they're not really short. So we have to walk around now to photograph things because we're going to be in the parade here in Shevlin. Too windy?
That's my boy.
That's your boy, Ken?
Yeah, he's waiting for. The guy's gonna bring some long jeans, and he forgot the long jeans.
Uh-oh.
But anyway, he's all fixed up, ready to go here. Other than that, this is whiskers.
Your whiskers?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, how do you put those on?
put the cap on.
What's it made of?
Bear.
Bear?
Bear.
Bear skin. Oh,
Bear hide,
looks terrific. Ah,
yeah. Looking better all the time.
is this a kids parade or not?
Well, I said it wasn't as bad as we thought. It didn't damage the steering on it.
What's the horse's name?
This is Trader,
Trader.
or American Tradition actually, but
Is she a quarter horse?
no.
No.
He's an Arabian stallion.
Oh, okay. So that's what I know about horses.
Yep, black
Is this
face.
a local scout group in town here or where?
Yeah, and Bagley is where we're from.
How many are you today here?
Well, actually, they're up there. The boys are up a ways up ahead of us. There's about 40 scouts, and there's only about 8 boy scouts total. No, but we didn't want to get stuck between the fire truck and the ambulance, so we asked these guys if we could head with them.
Good for you.
You know.
What's your name?
This is Terry Murray.
Terry?
Yeah,
Pleased to meet you, Terry.
nice to meet you. There's my other buddy over there.
We'll turn
He
around.
was with us there too.
Hi.